Hi, my name is Jackie Bolhuis, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Zeeland, Michigan. My website is klompenstampers.com in case you haven't visited it yet. Make sure you check it out because I post new ideas on there every day. I have a really fun card to share with you today. It's pretty quick and easy, like everything I do, and I think it's called the Eclipse technique is what I've been seeing. I've been seeing a lot of these online. Not quite sure why they call it that, and I'm not quite sure how everybody else does it because I've seen a few different things, but I wanted to make sure I could do it quick and easy, like, you know, my style. So if you can see the dimension on this, all of these letters are popped up and see they look black on the sides of them. So I want to show you how I did this because it's a ton of fun, and it's using the large alphabet framelits that we carry. So let's just get started. Now I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Now don't worry about writing down dimensions or things that I'm using, because I will have a link in the description of the video to the blog post that not only has pictures of the cards, but has a list of all the supplies and everything that you need to make them. So first off, we'll peek at our card here. We're going to do our background, and this is using one of our large background stamps. It's called the marble background stamp. I love background stamps. They've been around forever. Different ones have come and gone, but I love how they're just super easy to get a lot of color on a piece of cardstock all at once. Now in this case, I want it lighter than I'm just using Melon Mambo ink. So I'm going to actually stamp it on scrap paper 2 times. So there's 1 and then there's 2. Now, and I'm going to flip it upside down. I have found the easiest way to stamp with these and to get the best impression, do it upside down. So we've got that there. We'll just take our piece of cardstock, set it on top. I'll take my grid paper and I roll it over, and then I just rub. And that will give me a really nice image without trying to manhandle that huge stamp. There we go. Now, isn't that pretty? So there is step 1 of the card we're making. Now we're going to grab our ribbon. Okay, this is from the Ribbon of Courage stamp set. I love this stamp set. Unfortunately, I've used it quite often, and I say unfortunately because when you use it to make cancer awareness cards, it's usually because someone has cancer. But anyhow, nothing like brightening their day with a handmade card in the mail, right? So we're going to ink this up really good. Because of it being a big bold stamp, make sure you have good ink coverage on there. And then when you stamp it, make sure you give it some good pressure, and I like to hold it there for a little bit. Let that ink transfer down there so you get it really nice. Pop it up. There we go. Look at how nice that shows up on there. So that is getting ready to cut out our letters, because now that we've stamped everything, and you could do this technique with anything, you could stamp flowers on there or really whatever you want. Then we're going to grab our magnetic platform for our Big Shot. Now you do want to use the magnetic platform because it'll help everything stay exactly where you need it. And then we are going to place our letters on here. And we're going to do H-O-P-E. Last time we did Faith, this time we're doing Hope. So I figured both of them are very appropriate. I simply eyeball these to try to get them as straight as my eyes allow me to. And, you know, if you're really picky, you could draw a small line or do something to get them straight, but I think you can eyeball them close enough. And then we're going to just go ahead and run this through the Big Shot. There we go. Now, as we pick this up, let's see, we'll set that aside, and we pop these letters out of there. Any letters that have an extra piece, like the center of the O, the center of the P, make sure you keep those. Okay, we're going to need those pieces. So set them up there. Let's see, and there's our E and our H. And we're just going to set that aside, because now we're going to cut out the exact same letters from a piece of fun foam. Fun foam you can get at your craft store. It's cheap. It cuts like a gem with these framelits. I was a little skeptical at first because I thought, oh, that's too thick, but it cuts beautifully. And we're going to just cut out the exact same letters from the Big Shot. Same setup with the magnetic platform and 2 cutting plates. So I'll cut these out. There we go. And we'll just take those out just like the other one. Look at how easy they come out. With these, you do not need the extra little pieces, so you can just set them aside. And now we'll set those aside. Next, we are going to go ahead and just adhere what we cut out from the beginning to our card base. My favorite adhesive to use in this case, and really in a lot of things I do, is the Tombow multi-purpose. Notice I'm putting it on very light and I'm kind of just dabbing. Make sure you get all of these little pieces of, like, of the H and the E here, because we want to make sure this whole thing sticks down really nice to our card front. So like I said, I use that adhesive a lot. I'll give you a tip in a second why I use it. And we'll stick that on there. Make sure that's adhered down good. Now, before we go any further, remember I said keep the little pieces, the O and the P, those extra little pieces. We need to stick those down on here as well. So what I do to do that is I'm going to go ahead and just set my O back where it belongs. And then we'll take this piece and put a little bit of adhesive on there. When you stick it in here, make sure it matches up your pattern. Okay, I need to make sure it matches that ribbon. And I can put that down and then my O pops right back up. And we'll do the exact same thing for the P. We'll set there, now we can read it better. Well, now we want to take each of these letters and we're going to actually glue them right onto the fun foam. And again, this adhesive works awesome. Just don't get too much. You don't want it gooshing on you. But one reason I like it is as I sit them down, I can slide them a little bit so I can make sure they're on there where they're supposed to be. And it holds to this foam really nice. Then we're going to put a little adhesive on the back. There, you can see it a little bit better. And we are going to adhere this right back from where it was cut out. And that fun foam raises it up and gives it that nice little black edge. So it really makes those words pop. So we'll go ahead and do the rest of the letters. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? And look at how easy it was. It really wasn't hard at all. I think these are cards that, as you see them, they're a little intimidating, wondering how the heck did they do that? Now, I'm not going to go any further and finish that one because you could add whatever greeting you want. Like here in the faith one, I did the greeting right out of Ribbon of Courage, and then on the inside, I cut out a little ribbon. That's part of the thinlits that go with this, and stamped the words on the inside. And then I also did the Sending You Hugs, and you open it up and kisses. And with this one, I use the lovely inside and out stamp set for the Sending You, and then the kisses, and then the bright, just kind of random shape, whatever you want to call it. And I thought this just made a really fun, bright card. It could be for a male or a female, young or old. So I hope you like this technique. It's a lot of fun. My mind is going crazy as to how many different words I can do. You know, you're kind of limited how many letters you can fit, but I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot more of these cards. These letters also, if you don't have these, you might want to consider putting them on your wish list. That's the whole alphabet, and there's so many other things that you can do with them. And again, I'm going to be showing some ideas in the future. So I hope you follow me on YouTube and on my blog. I would love to be able to share stamping with you again. And if you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd be honored to be that person. If you need a catalog, let me know. Or if you have any questions that I can help you with, get a hold of me. Stampin' Up! Is pretty much my 24/7 life, so I would be happy to help you in any way that I can. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing with you again in the future. Have a stamp happy day.